There's a little rule that was handed down, I think, from the previous speaker that says that pro-life legislation doesn't move off the floor of the House unless the top 3 pro-life organizations support it and will actively support it here in the House of Representatives. Those organizations would be Family Research Council. Tony Perkins supports the bill. And the next organization is Susan B. Anthony's list, and they also have agreed to support the bill. Yes, they have a priority. They'd like to move ahead of that, but Marjorie Dannenfelser said, of course I would never stand in the way of something so good as a heartbeat bill. The third organization is the one that's not fully on board. In fact, I don't see that they're supporting it in any way, and Back Channel says to me that there are some statements made to try to slow it down. That's the National Right to Life, the oldest and the largest pro-life organization in the United States of America. They said they don't oppose the heartbeat bill. Well, Mr. Speaker, this is a write-off of their electronic publication, whether it happens to be a tweet or whether it's their website. But here's their statement. National Right to Life, protecting life in America since 1968. National Right to Life does not, they said they do not oppose the heartbeat bill. I struck through there with a red line and said, well, neither do they support it. They don't oppose the heartbeat bill. Well, they don't support the heartbeat bill. They're stuck on this. They're hidebound on this. Their mission statement says that they support and protect life from the beginning of life till natural death. And they define the beginning of life at the moment of fertilization. So how can you be National Right to Life and not support the heartbeat bill? And their reasoning is they are stuck in this. They refuse to challenge the Supreme Court. They refuse to challenge the viability standards that were written into Roe versus Wade, Doe versus Bolton, and Planned Parenthood versus Casey. If the #1 pro-life organization refuses to challenge the Supreme Court on those standards, then what they're really doing is accepting, and some would say accepting the idea that we're going to see 1 million abortions a year in this country as far as the eye can see, because if you're not willing to challenge the Supreme Court, then you're accepting 1 million abortions. That's what we get. If we're trimming around the edges with pain capable at 20 weeks, I support all of this legislation. Let's do it all, Mr. Speaker. But pain capable doesn't get the job done. It shies away from challenging the Supreme Court. We wrote this heartbeat bill, H.R. 490, in order to challenge the viability standard the Supreme Court has. We want to measure life. Unique, precious, sacred human life from the moment of conception until natural death, protected, and by the way, protected in the 14th Amendment. We're all protected in there, life, liberty, and property. So all we need to do is define when life begins, and we're obligated by the Constitution to protect that life. But the Supreme Court has different ideas. I don't believe they will after the next appointment to the Supreme Court. So some of the people that agree with National Right to Life have said not enough states have passed it. Okay, so we went to work. Here are the states that have passed heartbeat protection language: Ohio, North Dakota, Arkansas. Now, John Kasich vetoed that legislation. Who lobbied them to do that? The arm of National Right to Life and Planned Parenthood, side by side, by the way. What brings them to do that, Mr. Speaker? Because they don't want to challenge the Supreme Court. There's testimony that went before the Ohio legislature December 13th of 2011 that says we don't want to force Justice Kennedy to vote no on a heartbeat bill, because then Justice Ginsburg might write the majority opinion, and if she does that, she might take away the things we've gained. And we should not go before the court and risk what we've gained. I would argue instead that every time we've gone before the court, we've gained. We've gained something. We've gained